So, I work with a lot of billionaires and I always ask them, I'm fascinated with their success. I said, how did you build this? Like, what made it possible? They just said, we believe we could. So just imagine the power of a mind. A belief starts from a mind. Forget about capital and money and investments. It started with a belief. And I'm proud to say we're probably the highest paid team in the world today. Success is great, but I like to be effective, which means if someone comes to me, I want to make a positive impact in their life. I can be the best, but I want to be the most effective. That's my vision.
What's good, everybody? In today's video, we've got another idol of mine. He's India's biggest holistic health and lifestyle coach, one of India's most successful fitness entrepreneurs, and one of the most positive, chillest human beings you'll ever meet in your life. Luke,
how are you doing?
Thank you so much for today. His clientele includes billionaires, includes movie stars, includes sheikhs from the Gulf, and a lot of other people spread all across the globe. If you want an appointment with him, you've got to wait anywhere between 4 months to a year for that appointment. Guys, the knowledge that comes out of this guy's mouth is absolute gold, and that's...
Here are his 6 rules for success. Commit to the process.
My personal life, my goal is to be a good human being, to have an adventurous life, to also enjoy myself. What are the action points that I need to take? Finance. Okay, what do I need to have a comfortable life? What's the kind of wealth I need to achieve? And how do I do it the right way, the honest way? Have an action plan. Now, when do people fail? You have a goal that you want to achieve, and you have the starting point where there's a goal and I start today with my process to achieve that goal. Between the goal and the starting point is a path. That is the process from the starting point to reach the goal. Most people fail in committing to that path, committing to that process. The goal doesn't change unless you change the goal. The starting point can be today, tomorrow, day after. It could have started a year ago. But the path and the process is where most people fail. They do not commit to the path or the process. They don't understand that before starting the journey towards achieving a goal, that the path or the process will have ups and it will also have downs. It will have wins and it will have losses. There will be easy days and there will be difficult days. That is how the path and the process is going to be. You may start off with a certain action plan, but circumstances change. Are you willing to put in the effort to change the plan or change the process that is required to take you to the goal? It may require more effort. It may require more thinking, more physical work, more sacrifice when it comes to free time. Are you committed to the process? Everyone starts off with a weight loss goal. For example, they're given the path and the process, but they don't commit to the path and process. They start off with the first day, the second day, the first week, the second week, and then they say, oh, this is too slow, or I don't want to do it this way, and they start searching for a whole new path, not committed to the path. No one ever told you that the path will give you things the way you want it to be, when you want it to be. No one told you that the path that you follow is going to say that, oh, you did this, Luke, you're going to get the results tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're going to get this next year on January 21st. No, it's an unforgiving path. And that's why there are very few winners and mostly people who do not succeed or lose because they're not committed to the path. Look around you. The world wants everyone to believe that everyone is a winner today. But that's not true. You know you're living a lie right then, because everyone doesn't win. A few people win. And when you look at what goes behind them winning, you will see commitment to the path. Everyone wants love. Everyone wants to get into a relationship. No one wants to commit to the path of what the relationship throws you. There'll be days that you have to forgive, days that you'll have to show tolerance, days that you have to be calm, days that you find you need to express yourself, days when you hurt one another. All of that is part of the process. If you don't commit to it, and the smallest bump you have in your relationship and you decide to throw it away, that's how you keep moving from one bad relationship to another. Of course, sometimes if that bump is real and it's harming you, you're going to make that decision. But when you have a goal in mind and you commit to the path, it works. Everyone is searching for motivation. Motivation is only for people who have not yet committed to their goal. Once you've committed to your goal, you don't need motivation. You're driven. You're already driven.
Replace negative thoughts with positive ones.
I want to talk about negative thoughts. There are just too many people out there trying to stop negative thoughts from happening. You can never stop negative thoughts from popping up in your mind. Never. It's impossible. There is no one in this world that has only positive thoughts. Thoughts are of energy. They become negative and positive according to us. Something that you see negative, someone else sees positive. Something that you see positive, someone else sees negative. It's personal to everyone. Okay? Example, the pandemic. There are many people who have seen it negatively for their personal reasons. There are also so many people who have seen it positively for their personal reasons. Thoughts are energies. Energies are and can be labeled and channeled the way we decide them to be. But number one, today we're going to learn how to reduce or transform negativity. Because number one, set your belief system and mindset right now. You can never stop negative thoughts, ever. It's going to come like light and dark. Okay, you can never only have light in your life. There is also going to be darkness. Now, how much of time you choose to spend in that darkness is up to you. How quickly you decide to step out of the darkness into the light is also up to you. The same thing with negative thoughts. Let's start off. It all involves your subconscious mind and mindfulness. If you are not mindful, you don't know when to stop a thought or when to nurture it. If I'm not mindful, all of a sudden I'm going on thinking and feeding my negative thoughts, and then it spirals and becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then I hit rock bottom. But if I'm mindful enough to realize that, hey, I'm not feeling good right now. When you're not feeling good, what are you thinking? Because without a thought, there cannot be a feeling. I do this with everyone. Try to be sad right now. You can't be sad because Luke's telling you to be sad. You can only be sad if you think a sad thought. Neither can you be happy because I tell you to be happy. You have to think a happy thought to be happy. It's as simple as that. So whatever you're feeling, the first thing is to think, what am I thinking right now? But when we're going through feeling something bad, we react immediately. We start trying to project our anger, insecurity, our fears, our envies, our negativity, our bitterness on someone else as a coping mechanism. But no, be mindful. What am I thinking right now? Oh, it's that person. Okay, it's that person again. So this person has the ability to drive my negative thoughts into feelings. At least I'm mindful. Now, what can I do? Let's get into solution mode right away. All of you brush your teeth in the morning. I'm hoping you do. Okay, I can't motivate or inspire any one of you why you should not brush your teeth. You will do it irrespective. Even if I make sense to you, you will still do it. Why? It's part of your subconscious mind. It's a pattern that works on autopilot. You wake up in the morning, you go and brush your teeth. No matter what, you will do it because you've been practicing it over and over again since you were a child, and that's formed a neural pattern in your subconscious mind, a neural pattern, like several patterns that you have. Particular time, feel like having coffee, have coffee. That's a neural pattern, which is why if I tell you break that pattern, it's difficult. It's difficult not because you don't want to do it, it's difficult because you have to break a pattern that you've constantly fed over and over again. So the more you feed a pattern, the stronger it gets. As simple as that. That's why it's so hard to break bad habits. It's not because you're weak. It's not because you have a lack of motivation or inspiration. It's because there is a pattern that you have strengthened over time and now you want to break it. So we come straight into solution mode. Negativity is not your problem. Feeding negativity is your problem and making it stronger and stronger. So now if I'm mindful enough, and of course everyone should cultivate the practice of mindfulness. Okay, I can't teach that to you right now, but maybe later if you want to learn how to be mindful, you can go to 29 days of mindfulness. It's free, it's on my YouTube channel. Thousands of people have gone through it already. It's beautiful. And I keep going through it myself over and over again because that's something we got to keep on practicing. So for those of you who want to cultivate mindfulness, hop over to our YouTube channel. There is a 29-day journey of mindfulness running all the time. Join it, learn mindfulness. That was part number one. because you can't change anything unless you're aware of it, right? So I want to be aware and mindful every time I'm getting negative so I can take the right action. I can MTA, move to action. Number two, how do we change the pattern? Okay, let's say now, oh, my knee, it's paining again. What's going on? Do I need a steroid? Do I have an autoimmune condition? How will I walk? How will I be when I have old age? All negative thoughts, it's okay. It's okay, don't push it away. But now, don't leave it negative. Okay, my knee's paining. Will I need a doctor? Do I need steroids? And then you change it to positive. Change the pattern. Don't let it spiral into a negative pattern. How will I change it? Yeah, my knee's paining, but I've already seen the doctor. He told me to exercise. He told me to put this cream. He said you need to strengthen your muscles, loosen up your hamstrings, your lower back's too tight. So let me do that, and I know I'm going to get better. So I don't leave a negative incomplete. I make it positive through an affirmation, whatever you want to call, what positive thinking, whatever it is that you want to call it. But I don't leave a negative in negative. I'm having a problem in my relationship right now. Okay, I don't feel loved, I don't feel appreciated, my partner's like this, my partner's like that, and it starts spiraling downwards. But I do know I have the power of choice and the power of change. I also do know that I need to change certain things about myself. So let me do that, and I know I will be okay. So you end the negative with a positive. You never, so you're forming a new pattern. But let's see that negative pattern. Okay, I'm feeling this way. Call up your friend. Tell 10 friends what you're feeling. 10 friends will tell you, I told you, leave that guy, leave that girl, don't do this. You're just feeding the negative spiral more and more. I'm okay, vent out. It's good to vent out. But do not strengthen a pattern that is not serving you anymore. So you can break a pattern by taking action and by thinking differently. For that, you need mindfulness. Okay, I got cancer. Okay, it's 4th stage. I don't know what's going to happen. I Google. Looks like I have 6 months. Looks like I have 12 months. My doctor said this. My friend said this. Okay, good. Go with the emotion. It's your emotion. It's real to you. Don't try to fool yourself. But my doctor said to take this treatment and I can get better. Maybe I'll change my nutrition. Maybe I'll pray. Maybe I'll start doing this thing, and I know I may have the chance of getting better. Or forget may. I know I have the chance of getting better. You've taken a negative and you've made it into a positive. I took my chemotherapy today. I'm feeling so weak. How long is this going to go on? But I know it's because there's chemo going in my body. It's a side effect. When the chemo stops, I'm going to rebuild my body. I'm going to start rebuilding it right now, and I'm going to feel better. Because none of us can decide our fate. None of us. So leave fate in the dark corner where you don't understand it. Don't try to understand it. Leave it and focus on what you can control and what you can change. Okay? I have an exam coming up. I'm so stressed out. What's going to happen? Oh, yeah. But I know I have the ability to study, and if I put in effort, I'll do well. A negative to a positive. You see the news. More COVID cases coming up. Are we going to go in for a 3rd lockdown? What's going to happen? But I'm safe right now. This is what I can do. If we do go into a lockdown, I'll spend more time reading XYZ, XYZ. You've not left it negative. The problem is people leave everything negative. You start to meditate, thoughts pop up. Oh no, I can never meditate again. Thoughts are popping up. Whoever told you meditation is about stopping your mind? No, it's about accepting the thoughts to pop up, coming back to your breath, and doing it over and over again until the thoughts actually come and pop up less.
Rejection is divine protection.
At every point in life, we will go through rejection. Why? That's how life is. We're not entitled to have everything we want the way we want it. We're not entitled to everyone loving us, everyone appreciating us. We're not entitled to a life of 100% health. There could be disease, there could be sickness. But today we're going to understand rejection at a level of deep emotional root, because rejection can lead to depression. Rejection can lead to you losing your self-worth, your self-confidence. And when you lose your self-worth and your self-confidence, that dictates how you're going to behave in life, in your next relationships, in your family, in your new workplace. Because if we don't handle rejection the right way, it comes with bitterness, it comes with guilt, it comes with all of the negative emotions, okay, that only ruin us at the end of the day. Rejection comes with humiliation. It can come with a sense of defeat. It can come with failure, a sense of failure. It can come with all three. When you're rejected, you could feel humiliated and you could feel a sense of defeat and a sense of failure. And then when you nurture these emotions, it becomes anger. It becomes victim mode. Why me? It becomes envy. It becomes manipulative. It can become deceptive. All of these things happen with rejection. How do we overcome rejection? Do we meditate more? Do we go for more retreats? Do we start eating healthy foods? No, you can do all of that because anyway, that's all good for you. You have to just change the way you perceive rejection. You see, our lives and our behaviors are shaped by the songs that we listen to, the movies that we watch, the TV serials. So when we see someone getting rejected on television, in a movie or a serial, okay, we believe that the person's reaction to that rejection should be the way that we react to rejection in our life. But that isn't true. That's just a script that is done to derive emotion out of you, to add emotion to the script, to the movie, to the TV serial. While it's entertainment for us, that entertainment soon becomes the way we live our lives. We think that when we're rejected, we should first go into depression, or we should be sad, or we should drink a lot and go outside and party and socialize and smoke joints or shop. You can do all of that. I don't have a problem with that. But the only way to overcome rejection is by changing the way you perceive it. The one thing that I've learned about rejection in my life is you perceive rejection, or you start to see rejection as, number one, protection. Number two, guidance. Now let me explain this to you. Every time you get rejected, you feel humiliated, you feel defeat, you feel failure, anger. That's fine. Go through the feeling. But now ask yourself, why is this happening? Am I being protected? Am I being protected from something that could potentially damage me in the future? Am I being guided onto something that is better than what I've been rejected from? Maybe there's a better job. Maybe there's a better partner. Maybe there's a purer form of love out there. You don't know. You've just become a victim of your feelings. You become a victim of your emotions. And while you must feel those emotions of humiliation, defeat, failure, you feel it for a little while. And then you start to change your perception and view rejection as protection and as guidance. Let me explain this a little more. You see, we are always being looked after by a higher power. Whether you're religious or not, whether you're spiritual or not, doesn't matter. No one can debate the fact that there is a higher power guiding us. If we are open to being guided, there is always a higher power protecting us if we are open to being protected. When we come in between these universal forces that guide us and we compromise it, we come in between trying to act smart. We think anxiety and stress and all of these coping mechanisms can actually solve our problems. We're highly mistaken. But when you put yourself into a flow of life, you're flowing. Okay, I'm rejected here. What's the lesson I can take away? What is better for me? What is this rejection doing? Is it protecting me? Is it putting me on a new path? Because there is someone or something out there that is better for me. That's the way you got to look at it. Now, what I want you to do is go back into your life today. Wherever you've been rejected by a person, by a loved one, whatever it is, you'll have 100 emotional reasons. Put that aside, okay? And see today how that rejection has worked in your favor. Has it worked in your favor? In most cases, I'm not going to say every case, in most cases, if you really see it from inside, not with emotion, you're going to find out that that's a good thing that happened. Maybe if I was in that relationship today, I wouldn't be where I am. Maybe if I was in that job, which I didn't get, nothing good would have happened for me. So I want you to reflect on that, because when you reflect and you suddenly realize that you are being protected, you are being safe. Sometimes people have to get a disease, okay, to learn to change certain things in their life. Sometimes we go through pain, physical, at a body level, emotional. There's a lesson that we got to learn. That pain is supposed to teach us to change our path, to be guided in a different direction. It's protecting us. We can see pain as negative. Okay, we can see everything, breakups as negative, losses of job as negatives, pandemics as negatives. But when you separate the emotion, you will find that there is a superpower that is always guiding you. And that's how you handle rejection. It's tough. You love someone, the person doesn't love you back. Okay, fine, you can fight for that love, you can manipulate that love, you can change the way you are to conform to that person to like you better. Maybe you'll win. But finally, your true authentic self has to come out in that relationship. And all of a sudden, you start having conflict. And now that conflict makes it the most horrible relationship you've ever been in, whether it's at work, whether it's whether it's a loved one, any aspect. And now it becomes your biggest monster in your life. So sometimes we have to see rejection as protection, rejection as guidance. And we got to sit back, not react, and see, what is this rejection teaching me? What part is it putting me on?
The 4 minutes rule.
You can have the best trainer and the best exercise program, but if you're not inspired to go and train, what's the point of your trainer? What's the point of your gym membership? You can have access to the best food. You have money, you can afford organic, you have a chef sitting at home, you have the ability to get great food, but you're not inspired to eat right. What's the point of all of that stuff? Again, starts over here. You're in a relationship. You feel like you're a doormat in the relationship. You're stuck in toxic relationships and stuff like that. Okay, you know your solution revolves around top down first. What you think, what you decide, what action you take, the strength and courage that you have to make a decision to stay or go or express yourself or reclaim your power. Where does that come from? Where does that come from? Does it come from a diet? Does it come from exercise? No, it comes from the top first. So in any paradigm, your emotions are the differentiator between you being successful and you struggling. What is the 4-minute rule? The 4-minute rule is very simple. From today onwards, okay, and maybe you'll start off with 10 minutes, that's okay, but I want you to reach 4 minutes. I'm just saying 4 minutes, there's no science in 4 minutes, it just sounds good, okay? It's a 4-minute rule. You have 4 minutes to complain, blame, whine, put yourself in victim mode, but after that 4 minutes, you need to move to action. So let's say something's happened today, something's going wrong, someone said something about you, maybe things didn't go your way. You have 4 minutes to feel the negative of that situation, be angry, put yourself in why me, how did this happen to me, complain, blame. 4 minutes. The 5th minute you are moving to action. Because only when you move to action are you going to bring change. Now, if you take those 4 minutes of negativity, anger, complain, and blame, and you make it the 5th minute, the 8th minute, the 10th minute, an hour, 5 hours, 24 hours, a day, 2 days, you already know what the outcome of your life is going to be. Exactly that. So we have 4 minutes to move to action. If this is too difficult for you, take 5, take 8, take 10, but slowly start lowering that down, because we're not expecting you to act like a saint. We're not enlightened. I'm not enlightened. We are going to be angry. We are going to be jealous. We are going to exhibit lust at some times. We are going to exhibit every one of the 7 deadly sins. Every human being is going to do that. Do it in 4 minutes. Don't become a slave to it. It's as simple as that. So you have 4 minutes, a target. Like you have a target in gym. You have a target to do a set of 10 reps and then take a break of 2. That's a target. You have a target of 4 minutes to be who you want to be, as negative as you want to be. But in the 5th minute, that is your reminder for you now. What can I do to change this? What can I do to move out of this why me victim mode? And that moving to action is the differentiator between people who are stuck and people who move on. Irrespective of the struggles, irrespective of what's not going well for them, they are focused on moving on. When you're stuck, you are in a place that has everything around you. And if everything around you is negative, you're stuck in negativity. The only way to move out of that space is by moving. So if I want to move from a negative space to a positive space, if I want to move from disease to disease free, I can't be stuck. I got to keep moving. So you have 4 minutes. That's the 4-minute rule. You have 4 minutes in a relationship. Someone made you angry. Fine. You got angry. You said something negative. 4 minutes. Live through the negativity. Now, what can I do to make it better? Can I say sorry? Can I express myself? Can I communicate? Can I forgive? But you got to take some action. The moment you make the choice to let that 4 minutes increase is exactly what your life quality is going to be. It is dependent on that 4, 3, 5, 8, 9, 10 minutes. But take it. because you want to be honest with yourself. A lot of people are told today, be positive, be positive, be positive. And I just ask them, how can you be positive when there's something negative going on in your life? And then you fail. You start feeling I'm a failure because I can't be positive all the time. It is not possible to be positive all the time. It is not positive. It is not possible to be spiritual all the time. It is not. You can pretend to be good. You can't change all the bad thoughts that are coming in your head. You can pretend to act like you don't look at men and women, but in your mind, you're doing it all the time. Be real with yourself. Allow yourself that 4 minutes to be who you are, but then you take the corrective action and you decide how you're going to move your life forward.
Focus on your health.
Your health, no matter who you want to be in life, never sacrifice your health for that. Never. Today, I deal with the billionaires of the world. A lot of them who have everything, but they don't have their health. And all the money in their bank cannot buy back lost health in most cases. So whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're aspiring for, make sure that you also invest in your health. You do not want to achieve abundance at the cost of your health. Let me add to that. You do not want to achieve success and abundance at the cost of your health, your family, your real relationships, and your peace of mind. Because there are millions of people sitting with billions of dollars and millions of dollars. They have it in their bank account, but they have no fulfillment in their heart. They have no peace of mind. They've lost their families. They've lost their health. That is not success. That is far from success. So no matter what you do, never ever stop investing in your health. And it's a small investment. Eat right. Move a little more. Sleep right. Take care of your emotional wellness. It's as simple as that. One statement I have to teach you about stress. Whatever your problem in the world is, remember one thing. Stress is the way you relate or you respond or you react to a person, a situation, or an event. Okay? Your stress is not the problem. It is the way you relate to a person, an event, or a situation. Whatever's happening in your life right now that you perceive as stressful is the way you relate to it. So if I put 10 people in a room and I give you all one problem, not everyone will see that problem as stress. Some people will see it as stress. Some people will see it as challenge. Some people will be, big deal. I'll get through it. You see, it's the way you relate to it. So there's only one thing you need to remember in life when it comes to stress, the way you relate. Now, the way you relate is your choice. So most people are in control of the way they can react and respond to stress, which means all of us are in control of stress. When we get consumed by stress, that's when all the problems start to happen.